Meet Alex. From the outside, he was the picture of success. A talented architect in his early 30s, with a corner office that overlooked the sprawling city. He worked tirelessly, fueled by coffee and ambition. His days a blur of blueprints and client meetings. His salary was impressive, affording him a sleek, modern apartment, a German sedan, and a wardrobe of sharp, tailored suits. He was living the life he thought he was supposed to want. Yet, in the quiet moments, alone in his high-rise apartment with the city lights twinkling below, a sense of unease would creep in. He was earning more than ever, but he felt like he was running on a treadmill, working harder and harder just to stay in the same place. The paycheck would arrive, a brief moment of relief, and then it would vanish, swallowed by the car payment, the mortgage, the designer clothes, the expensive dinners. He was building a beautiful cage, gilded with the illusion of wealth. The core of Alex's struggle wasn't a lack of income, but a fundamental misunderstanding of money. He believed that his high salary was the same as wealth. He was a master at earning money, but a novice at keeping it. Every month, his income flowed in one hand and out the other, purchasing liabilities he mistook for assets. The luxury car that depreciated the moment it left the showroom. The expensive watch that told the same time as any other. The constant upgrades to a lifestyle built on appearances. He was living for the approval of others, financing a life that looked good on the surface but lacked a solid foundation. The emotional weight of this cycle was crushing. He was a high-income earner who was one missed paycheck away from financial trouble. The realization hit him not in a dramatic crash, but in a quiet, sobering moment. Reviewing his bank statements one evening, he saw the truth in stark numbers. Despite years of hard work and a six-figure income, his net worth had barely moved. He had nothing to show for his labor but a collection of depreciating possessions and a mountain of expectations. The turning point for Alex came from an unexpected place of conversation with a retired colleague, a man who had left the same demanding profession years earlier, not with a golden parachute, but with a quiet, unshakable sense of freedom. The man didn't talk about his career achievements. He talked about his assets. He spoke of small rental properties bought years ago, of dividend stocks quietly compounding, of a business he had a small stake in. He explained a principle that would change Alex's life forever. Your salary makes you a living, he said, but it's your assets that make you alive. It was a profound shift in perspective. For the first time, Alex understood that the goal wasn't just to earn more, but to own more. To have his money start working for him, instead of him always working for it. He realized that financial education wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity, and that true wealth wasn't about speed, but about patience. This single conversation was the spark that ignited a transformation. Alex began a new journey, not of earning, but of learning. He devoured books on investing, cash flow, and financial history. He started to apply simple, powerful principles. First, he learned to distinguish assets from liabilities with ruthless honesty. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. His focus shifted from buying things that cost him money to acquiring things that paid him money. He didn't sell his car or move out of his apartment overnight. Instead, he started small. He began directing a portion of his income, before anything else, into a low-cost index fund, an asset that represented ownership in hundreds of companies. Second, he adopted a long-term investing mindset. He stopped looking for quick wins and started thinking in terms of decades. He understood that building wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. He learned to ignore the noise of the market and trust in the power of compound growth. His new mantra became, "Time in the market is more important than timing the market." Finally, He developed a keen awareness of his cash flow. He created a simple system to track where his money was going, not to restrict himself, but to empower himself. He saw how small, conscious spending changes could free up significant capital for investing. It wasn't about deprivation, it was about intention. The change in Alex's life was not dramatic. It was slow, methodical, and almost invisible to the outside world. He still worked as an architect, but the desperation was gone. He started to find joy in his work again, no longer seeing it as his only source of survival. He traded the stress of living paycheck to paycheck for the quiet confidence of an owner. Years passed. The small, consistent investments grew. The dividends started to create a small but steady stream of passive income. It wasn't enough to replace his salary, not yet. But it was enough to change his psychology completely. He felt a sense of freedom he had never known, not the freedom to buy anything he wanted, but the freedom from being owned by the things he bought. The freedom to know that his financial future was no longer tied to a single job. It was the emotional freedom that mattered most. Wealth, Alex learned, is not about the car you drive or the watch you wear. It's not about a number in a bank account. True wealth is about sovereignty over your time. It's the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a foundation under you, built not by the sweat of your brow alone, but by the discipline of your mind. Hard work is essential, but it is only the starting point. It provides the seeds. But if you don't plant those seeds in the fertile ground of assets, they will never grow into the tree of financial freedom. The journey to wealth doesn't begin with a paycheck. It begins with a decision. A decision to learn, to be patient, and to understand that the most powerful financial tool you will ever have is not your salary, but your mindset.